Good morning, students, teachers, and all staff of Baton. Can I please have your attention for the announcements? Earlier in the week on the announcements, we really looked over at our BBO and we're looking at the different outcomes that you see on the BBO. And we discussed that all of those outcomes were something we could agree are things we would all like to achieve with our day, or with our week, or whatever it may be. So what I'd like to do quickly this morning is use E plus R equals O to view one of these outcomes and how it is we would get there using that equation, we call it. And E plus R equals O is always up here in the corner of the BBO whenever I do these morning announcements. Just as a reminder, it is actually something that's very simple. And I call it simple because it's only 3 letters in there, E, R, and O. And as long as we understand what each of those mean, it can help us think through any situation we're in. Any type of easy situation, difficult situation, fun situation, frustrating situation. E plus R equals O just gives our brain a way to think through what's going to be the best choice I can give. What's the best response I could give at this moment? What is it I'm trying to get? What is my outcome going to be? Okay, so I'd like to take a moment to look at just some examples of maybe some events you're going to come across today, some situations you may have. Okay, and if you look over here, we could look at our first event that tells us that schoolwork to complete the schoolwork that you have to do is frustrating you. Okay, you could have another event today that maybe another student is going to ask you for help with something, and that could be help with work, help with carrying something, help with talking with somebody else, any type of help. Okay, and then the last one down here says the teacher gave directions. Something tells me you're going to come across that event today many different times. Okay, so these could just be any types of events. What would we want our outcome to be? Okay, whenever we have one of these come our way, one of these events, what do we want? Well, we want to feel good about our choice. We want to have pride in our actions. And if you remember, when we talk about pride in our actions, that's under the belief of own it. So, one thing we can do for each one of these situations is to make sure we think first, then act. So, schoolwork that I need to do is frustrating me, and I want to feel good about my choices and pride in my actions. I need to think first. Okay, why am I frustrated? What part of the schoolwork is difficult for me? What can I do to help solve this problem? Do I need to ask for help? Do I just need to think through another way to solve this problem and really think it through and then act? And I think if you do that, you're going to feel good about whatever your choice is. You're going to have a pride in your action. Okay. If another student asks you for help, it's very simple to just kind of move on because you have your own things to do or you have something else you're worried about at that moment. But if you take a moment to think first, can I help this student right now? Will it really even take me that much time? What positive impact can I have on that student? And then act. And if you do that, you're going to feel good about your choices. You're going to have pride in your action, that outcome we're looking for. And finally, the last one down there, it says the teacher gave directions. Well, this is going to happen. And sometimes students, people, anyone just likes to rush through. They think they already know everything as soon as they hear the directions, and they don't truly think first and really process those directions. What exactly did my teacher mean there? What is it I have to do to make sure I complete everything my teacher was asking for? And really think through those directions and then act. And when you truly know everything you needed to do and what's expected of you, you're going to feel good about your choices and have pride in your actions. So we can use E plus R equals O, 3 simple letters, to look through any type of event that we come across today to try and get outcomes that we're looking for. This one response right here is one of many that you can give in a lot of different situations that's going to help you out. And we all can agree that we want to have an outcome throughout our entire Wednesday to feel good about our choices and have pride in our actions. So let's work hard to think first and then act all throughout the day today. And now will you please stand, face the flag, put your right hand over your heart, and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Baton Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At Baton Memorial Elementary School, we work together to do great things for others. We have a relentless pursuit of growth to get better every day. We own it. We own our actions and choices. We want to be the best versions of ourselves. Well, thank you, everyone. Today is Wednesday, November 18th, 2020. For lunch today inside of the building will be French toast bites, sweet potato fries, fruit, and milk. A few birthdays to celebrate today. So happy birthday to Charlotte Ireland, Evan Jennings, and Caitlin Swanson. We hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday today. Enjoy getting a year older on this 18th of November. Other announcements for this morning, a reminder to any students who are replacing their lost library books with a purchase book that you're bringing in. Make sure you're giving those directly to either Mrs. Barr or Mrs. Shisheli so they know who's turning in the book. Or if you put it in the book drop, make sure that your name is included with that book so they know who to give credit to for turning that in. One more reminder for students who are eating breakfast, remember that you can come into the school building at 8 o'clock. That is when we start serving breakfast. Students who are coming into the building and going straight to their classrooms, you're going to have to wait until 8:10 so that way everyone is prepared and ready for you in the classroom. And an announcement for all students, please make sure you're being responsible for your coats, your hats, your gloves, your water bottles, or anything you may bring to school. Something I noticed the last couple mornings, and especially this morning as I was walking into the building through the playground, there's a lot of different coats that are starting to be left behind, or sweatshirts, a couple gloves. I know there's some that are hanging up in the cafeteria right now. So one, if you're missing something, I would check those hooks in the cafeteria and see if yours is one that is hanging up right now. And the other thing, we're at the time of the year where the weather is going to change a lot from one day to the next. This morning, it seems extremely cold, 20 some degrees. Later on in the week, we may see 60 degrees. So you're going to be bringing different types of clothing. Whatever it is you have, just make sure you have it with you at all times. That way you can take it back home with you at the end of the day. And that's going to be it for the announcements this morning. So please remember to think first, then act. Make it a great day, Baton.